Ladies and gentlemen, don't let people know much about you. You know, the world is full of people who think they can read you, categorize you, and figure you out. They think they can spot your weaknesses, your motivations, your every move. But let me tell you something, the more they think they know, the more power you give them over you. I've seen it. I've lived it. In a room full of poker players, some of the sharpest, most calculating minds, you learn quickly that the less people know about you, the more control you have. Every person you meet is trying to find a way in, a way to read you, to get close enough to expose your vulnerabilities. And the moment they think they've figured you out, that's when they'll start to use it against you. But here's the thing, mystery is power. When you keep your cards close to your chest, when you don't reveal too much, you stay one step ahead. People can guess all they want, but they'll never truly know what's going on in your mind. And that's your edge. I learned this the hard way, believe me. In those high-stakes poker games I ran, the ones with the world's most powerful and wealthy, every single one of them wanted a piece of me. They wanted to know where I came from, who I was, what I wanted, what I feared. And they thought that by knowing these things, they could control me. But the truth, they didn't. I controlled the game. By keeping some things hidden, by playing my cards right, I could stay in the game, stay untouchable, stay unshakable. It's a dance, really. You show just enough to keep people intrigued, to get what you need from them, but not too much to give away your true self. Don't let people know much about you, because the moment they think they do, they'll start to take advantage of you. They'll try to play you, manipulate you, pull strings in ways you can't even imagine. Protect your narrative. Protect your story. Hold your secrets tight. Let them wonder. And you know what? When you do that, you'll notice something. People will treat you differently. They'll respect you more. They'll be cautious. And that's what you want, respect born out of mystery, not familiarity. So remember, keep a part of yourself locked away. Let them guess. Let them talk. You don't owe anyone a full reveal. In a world that's full of open books, be the one that people can't quite read. Keep your cards close and let them chase the story they'll never quite uncover. Mystery is power. The less people know about you, the more control you maintain. Keeping your true thoughts, feelings, and intentions hidden allows you to stay one step ahead and prevents others from using your vulnerabilities against you. Protect your narrative. People will try to categorize and manipulate you if they think they understand you. By withholding some aspects of yourself, you control the story others tell about you, and you avoid being exploited or manipulated. Respect through mystery. By maintaining some secrecy and not revealing everything about yourself, you command more respect. People will treat you with caution, which ultimately gives you a strategic advantage in any situation. When you keep your true self hidden, you create a layer of protection that others can't easily breach. The more they think they know about you, the easier it is for them to manipulate you or exploit your weaknesses. But when you guard your thoughts, emotions, and intentions, you essentially remain unpredictable. People can make assumptions, they can guess, but they'll never fully understand what you're thinking or planning. This uncertainty gives you the upper hand because you're not giving away the pieces of yourself that others might use to outsmart or outmaneuver you. In a high-stakes environment like a poker game, or even in everyday life, revealing too much is like laying all your cards on the table. You risk losing control because once someone thinks they know you, they'll try to use that knowledge against you. It could be something as simple as an offhand comment or a gesture that someone picks up on and decides to use in their favor. By keeping your true intentions hidden, you prevent people from exploiting that information and putting you in a vulnerable position. This doesn't mean you have to be cold or aloof. It just means you don't need to share every detail of your life. The less you reveal, the more power you retain over how others perceive you and how much they think they can control you. When they don't know exactly where you stand or what you're thinking, they can't use that information to predict your next move. You stay ahead and you protect your position. It's like playing a game where you're constantly keeping your cards close to your chest, never allowing anyone to read your hand. When you reveal too much about yourself, you essentially hand over the power to others to define who you are. People love to categorize, to put things into boxes that make sense to them, because it helps them feel in control. If they think they understand you, they can easily start making assumptions about your motivations, your weaknesses, and your next moves. Once they have a narrative about you, they can manipulate it to their advantage, using what they think they know against you in subtle ways that might not even be obvious at first. They could twist your words, misinterpret your actions, or even try to exploit what they believe are your vulnerabilities. By withholding certain aspects of yourself, you protect your ability to shape how you're perceived. It's like being the author of your own story. If you leave some chapters unwritten, others won't be able to fill in the gaps with their own version of who you are. When people don't have access to all of your thoughts, fears, desires, and motivations, they can't build a narrative around you that limits your choices or leaves you exposed. Instead of others controlling the plot, you remain the one who decides what they know, how much they know, and when they know it. This is especially true in situations where power dynamics are at play. Whether it's in a business deal, a personal relationship, or even in high-stakes environments, the moment you become too transparent, you risk losing your influence. People will start to assume they have the upper hand because they think they know your limits. But when you keep certain things hidden, you keep control over your own story, and the way others perceive you remains flexible. You're not giving them the tools they need to manipulate or take advantage of you. Instead, you're holding on to the pieces of yourself that allow you to navigate situations on your terms. When you maintain an air of mystery, people are less likely to make assumptions about you, and they will approach you with more caution. This caution comes from the fact that they don't have a clear picture of who you are or what your true intentions are. When there's uncertainty, people tend to treat you with more respect because they don't know what you might do next. They are careful with their words and actions around you because they can't predict your reactions or read your motives as easily. This respect isn't just about admiration, it's about recognizing that you are someone they can't easily influence or control. The more guarded you are about certain aspects of yourself, the more people will be wary of underestimating you. They won't try to push you into a corner because they won't know what will happen if they do. There's a sense of reverence that comes from being unpredictable, from not showing all your cards at once. People know that if they reveal too much to you, you might have a response that they didn't anticipate. And that's the power of keeping some things to yourself. It forces others to treat you with a level of caution and respect that they might not extend to someone they think they have fully figured out. This respect through mystery is often what keeps people from taking advantage of you or trying to manipulate you. When they don't know your full story, they have to tread carefully because they don't want to make a mistake or risk angering someone who could turn the tables on them. It's a dynamic that gives you an advantage in both personal and professional relationships. People are more likely to value your opinion, seek your counsel, and even defer to you when they know that you're someone who keeps their own counsel and doesn't give everything away. The respect comes not just from what you know or what you can do, but from the fact that you're someone who holds their cards close and doesn't let others dictate the terms of engagement. Keeping certain parts of yourself hidden isn't about playing games or being deceptive. It's about maintaining control over your own story. By protecting your thoughts, your feelings, and your intentions, you ensure that others can't use your vulnerabilities against you. When you withhold just enough, you shape how others perceive you and command the respect you deserve. You become someone others treat with caution and reverence, not because you're playing a role, but because you've mastered the art of protecting your power. So, remember, the less they know, the more you hold the reins of your own narrative. Stay mysterious, stay in control, and watch how the world treats you differently.